Good day, students. I'm Rome Teresi Padilla, your teacher for this week. For week 7, we're going to derive the laws of radicals and simplify radical expressions using the laws of radicals. These are the laws of radicals, where n and m are real numbers. In law number 1, quantity of nth root of a is raised to n, and it is equal to a. That means if n here are the same numbers, then the answer is base A. For examples, quantity of fifth root of 2 is raised to 5. Then the answer is the base A, which is 2. Why? Because our index and exponent are the same numbers. That's why we cancel both. Second example, cancel our square root or the index 2 and exponent 2. And then the answer is 6. Next, second law. Nth root of a and b is equal to nth root of a times nth root of b. Meaning, we can separate radicands with the same index by multiplication. Example letter A. Cube root of 8x raised to 12. I-apply natin ang ating law number 2. Separate cube root of 8 and cube root of x raised to 12. And then, sa cube root of 8, pwede nating i-apply dito ang first law. This becomes cube root of 2 cube, wherein 2 cube is the exponential form of 8. Next, simplify cube root of x raised to 12, and that becomes x raised to 4. Saan nanggaling ang x raised to 4? From the exponent 12 divided by index 3 of the radical. That becomes x raised to 4. Bakit natin dinivide? Okay, I'll tell you why and I'll show you how. Ganito yon. Cube root ang ating index. Kaya dapat ang exponent ng ating radicand ay pareho rin dapat sa ating index, which is 3. Then, exponent 4 times 3, that gives us back the original exponent 12. And so, we can cancel out cube roots and exponents 3 easily. Therefore, it equals to 2x raised to 4. Another example, still under the second law, is when we are trying to simplify a non-perfect square number under a square root. Ang square root of 20 ay pwede pa nating masimplify kahit hindi ito perfect square number. Paano? Pwede natin itong isulat gamit ang kanyang dalawang factors. However, 20 has many factors. We have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. Paano natin malalaman kung ano ang ating gagamiting factors? Dapat ito ay ang pinakamalaking perfect square. Ano ba ang highest perfect square sa mga yan? 4, tama. And for us to have 20, we have to multiply 4 by 5. Square root of 4 can be written as square root of 2 squared times square root of 5. Dahil wala nang masisisimplify ang square root of 5, just copy it. Then, cancel out index 2 or the square root and exponent 2. That gives us 2 square root of 5. Third law. Nth root of a over b could also be nth root of a over nth root of b, wherein b should not be equal to 0. Example, this radical can be written as square root of x raised to 24 over square root of 9. Then, simplify natin ang denominator at numerator nito. So, the numerator becomes square root of quantity x raised to 12 squared because exponent 24 divided by index 2 is equal to 12. Then, 12 times 2 gives us the original exponent, 24. Then, the denominator, square root of 9, becomes square root of 3 squared. Then, cancel the square roots and exponents too. Therefore, the answer is x raised to 12 over 3. Fourth law of laws of radicals. Mth root of nth root of a is same as m times nth root of a. Or pwede ring mauna muna ang nth root sa mth root. Example, 6th root of 27 is equal to cube root of square root of 27. We have 3 and 2 as the indices. And if multiplied, it equals to 6, which is our original index. It could be also written as this. Pinagbaliktad lamang yung mga index but still gives the same answer. Then, simplify natin yung mga nasa loob ng square root natin. So, from cube root of 27 to cube root of 3 cube. How? Exponential form of 27 is 3 cube. Para ma-cancel out yung isang index and then the exponent. Therefore, the answer is square root of 3. Simplifying radical expressions naman tayo. We have actually 3 ways of simplifying radical expressions. First, removing perfect nth powers. Ibig sabihin nito, paghiwalayin natin ang perfect nth powers at non-perfect nth powers. And apply our law number 2 of radicals. As for our example, we're going to apply first the law number 2. Multiplying 2 cube roots. Sa kaliwa or left side natin ilagay kung alin ang perfect nth powers. Sa kanan or right side naman ang non-perfect nth powers. Let's proceed. May perfect cube ba ang 7? Wala. Then, we'll write it on the right side. Next, u raised to 6. Isusulat natin ito sa left side because it is perfect cube, meaning exponent 6 is divisible by our index which is 3. Sunod ay v raised to 7. Para maging perfect cube, v raised to 6 and then yung isang v na natira ay mapupunta sa kabila because v raised to 6 times v is v raised to 7. And then, w squared is not perfect cube and not divisible by our index 3. Kaya, isusulat natin siya sa right side. Then, mag-cancel out na tayo sa left side. Dahil non-perfect nth powers ang nasa right side, so we're just going to copy this later. And so, cancel index 3 and 6 becomes 2. Dahil 6 divided by 3 is 2. And same here. Cancel exponent 6 becomes squared. Therefore, u squared times v squared and then copy this. Second way of simplifying radical expressions is reducing the index into its lowest possible order. We can apply the law number 4 here. In our example, para madaling ma-reduce, constant 32, gawin muna nating exponential form which is 2 raised to 5. Then, m raised to 15 and n raised to 5. So, kung napapansin ninyo, ang mga exponent natin ay divisible by 5. Ibig sabihin, madali na nating ma-reduce ang index 20. So, using 5 as one of the factor of index 20, the other one is 4. Kaya, 4th root of 5th root of this expression. Nilagay ko na sa loob yung 5th root para mas madaling mag-simplify. Then, cancel out na ang mga ito. And this becomes 3. Then, cancel 5. The answer now is 4th root of 2 of m cubed of n. Last, rationalizing the denominator of the radicand. In this process, we are going to remove the radical sign in the denominator. Example, this can be written as square root of 7 over square root of 2. As you can see here, may radical sign ang ating denominator. Paano natin ito tatanggalin? Multiply the denominator by itself, which is 2. If we multiply 2 in denominator, we multiply 2 also in numerator. That process is called rationalization. Next, square root of 7 times 2 is square root of 14. Square root of 2 times 2 is square root of 4. Dahil square root of 14 is in simplified form, now we are just going to copy it. Then, square root of 4 is 2. Take note, ito ang kailangang tandaan na kung ang mga radical expression ba ay in simplified form na. First, no prime factor of a radicand that has an exponent that is equal to or greater than the index. Ito ang mga sagot natin kanina. Nakuha ba natin ang requirement number 1? Tama. Ibig sabihin nito, sa isang radical expression, hindi dapat equal or hindi dapat mas malaki ang exponents ng radicand kesa sa index nito. Second, no radicand contains a fraction. Ibig sabihin, wala dapat fraction sa ating radicands. Check ulit. And last one, no denominator contains a radical sign. Check ulit. Meaning, these answers are absolutely correct.